Hi everyone, thank you for coming to Ausi.Darshan. So today we have a guest in the house. He is an international student here in Australia. So let's hear about his journey, his struggles, his day-to-day life and get to know more about his life here. Hi Adi, so tell us a bit about yourself, your introduction, your background.
Hi Isha. So my journey over here has been a really like a bouncy ride, like it's been a roller coaster ride. So it's been like almost 2 years now since I've come to Australia. If I talk about my background, I'm from New Delhi. I've done my schooling over there and I've done my bachelor's from Delhi University in BA programming. After that, I have worked in one of the big four companies as a business analyst for almost 2 years. After that, I plan to come over here in Australia.
Oh, nice. So what are you studying in Australia and what university, and why did you choose Australia out of all the countries?
Earlier, I was planning to go to Canada, but the circumstances in Canada were very bad. Everyone knows that it's all in the news. I even submitted token amount for the fees over there, but I got it refunded. Then I chose Australia because Australia was the safest country to go to. I'm studying at a university at South Australia, in South Australia. It's Uni SA. I am doing my Masters of Information Technology, specialization in cybersecurity over here. I've got only one semester left.
While you have been studying here, are you also doing any part-time job to support yourself financially? How do you manage to pay your rents?
I'm not from a wealthy family. I'm just from a middle class family and my dad cannot support like everything, so I have to work, and I'm working in a huge restaurant chain as a service team member, through which I just collect not like a whole fees, like but 40-50% of the fees and pay my expenses.
I am sure we all want to know how much the fees of masters is. If anybody wants to come here, how much does it normally cost to do a course like you're doing?
My fees over here is per semester and it's around 18,000 to 19,000. You can get scholarship as well. I didn't get it because I didn't score much in my bachelor's.
So this is per semester?
Per semester. Okay. Like I've got 4 semesters.
It is costly.
Yeah, it is definitely costly. Definitely costly. Like not everyone can afford come to Australia. Few of my friends are coming over here on loans. Their parents have got loans. Fortunately, I don't have to take any loan due to my parents. So that is a good thing.
So as you mentioned that you're working part-time in a nice restaurant chain, are you earning enough to be able to pay your semester-wise fees?
Isha, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not able to like collect all of my fees. Like for example, if my fees is $18,000, I'm able to collect like around 9,000. And in my summer breaks, in which I get a full working rights, I can work unlimited hours. So in that, I can go up till like 14,000, but definitely not the whole fees. I cannot cover the whole fees because Australia has a lot of expenses. The rent over here is very expensive. There are grocery expenses, the electricity bills and all.
Yeah. So as a student, how many working hours do you get in a week?
So currently I'm on a subclass 500 visa, which is an international student visa. Anyone who comes in to study over here will come on a subclass 500 only. So on a subclass 500 visa, I'm only allowed to work 24 hours a week. I cannot work more than 24 hours a week. I can work unlimited hours in my summer break.
What is the pay rate over here?
There are two types of employments over here. One is a part-time employment and one is a casual employment. Both the pay rates are different. If I talk about the part-time employment, 24.75, it has increased. Earlier it was 23 something. For the casual, there's no specific amount. The minimum is $28 or something.
Okay. I've heard that casual pays more than part-time on an hourly basis. Is that so?
Yeah, definitely.
So in order to give more clarity to our audience, as an international student, you definitely can't work full-time. So we would like to know the differences in terms of perks that you get in part-time versus casual.
There's a whole plethora of differences between part-time and a casual. In a casual, firstly, there's no guarantee of your shifts. You won't get any shifts and you cannot even go to your manager like, where are my shifts? You cannot even say anything to him. There's no guarantee of any hours. Sometimes students don't even get a single shift in the whole week. And another is like you won't get any vacations or holidays, like leaves. There's no leaves, no sick leaves, nothing like that. Yeah, you get a bit high pay as compared to the part-time, but
no job security.
Yeah. If you don't get in shifts, how are you going to manage? And if I talk about the part-time, it's just vice versa. You get leaves, you get your sick leaves, you get your annual leaves, your paid leaves. That's the best part. Like, in my opinion, if any student is coming over here in Australia, he should aim for permanent part-time employee. Definitely, if you're getting a casual employee, just go for it, grab that opportunity.
Yep. Thank you for clarifying that, Adi. So would you mind sharing how much you earn working in a restaurant?
Yeah, sure, Isha, because over here in Australia, people are not shy to tell their salaries. In India, if you ask anyone salary, they just skip the conversation. There's a weekly payout which happens. Depends actually. In some companies, in some restaurants, there's a fortnightly pay as well, in which you get your pay in 2 weeks. The whole payout depends on the amount of hours you're working, and it also depends if you're working on a weekday or on a weekend. Weekend and the weekday pays are different, around $4-5 of difference. And I earn around, I won't be precise on that, I don't remember exactly, like around
average.
Yeah, $600 weekly.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. And coming to one major big question that everybody asks us about, what are the expenses in Australia, and out of the amount that you're getting as your salary, what is the percentage that you save and how much you spend?
I'm earning $600 a week. The 1/3 of my salary goes in my house rent. It depends, like if you have your all-inclusive rent, otherwise you'll have to pay the bills which are exclusive, so another $50 will go in your bills. I am personally living in a room over here. It's a 3 BHK townhouse in which I am renting a room with a private bathroom for $200, all the bills inclusive. I am renting a vehicle as well. I am paying $100 that as well, so there's not much amount left for me to save, but yeah, yet I'm saving some amount, like a $200 to $300 weekly. I'm saving that, which goes in my savers account.
How much does the grocery cost here?
I don't cook much actually. I just cook my breakfast. Sometimes I cook my dinner. My grocery monthly, it's around $150, $150 to $200. Definitely groceries are expensive over here.
What about transportation?
Adelaide is not well connected. There's a good amount of trains in the CBD only, but in the town nearby, there's no trains, there's only buses. The buses are not that frequent. Every bus comes in half an hour. For a 15 minutes drive, the buses will take you around the globe actually. Like it will take you 1.5 hours. So I would recommend, as soon as you collect money, just get a car, because it's a bit cheaper as well. And if you own a car, or if you want to rent a car, you can also do Uber Eats over here, through which many people take out their expenses. Some of my friends have even taken out like a good percentage of fees as well. That's also a plus point on that. Yeah.
Yep, definitely. Our audience wants to know how exactly you were able to secure this job in a restaurant, because I've heard that it's very difficult to find a first job in Australian industry.
So definitely getting a job over here, especially in Adelaide, because it's a very small city and it's very difficult. It took me 3 months to land on a job. I have my friends who are still doing Uber Eats. They haven't got a job. Their degree is about to end and still they don't have any job. There are few employment sites over here, which are Indeed, Seek, Glassdoor. I got it through Indeed. The interview process over here in Australia is kind of very fast. You get your response within like 2-3 business days. It can take a week or so. Between the 2-3 months in which I was unemployed, I was doing delivery services like Uber Eats, DoorDash and Menulog.
So talking about the interview process, what questions were asked and what are the skills that you need in order to be able to work at a restaurant or any other alternative job?
Firstly, you'll have to just apply through one of the job portals, out of which you'll majorly face rejections, and if you get lucky, you'll be called for a personal interview or a computerized interview. Depends on the company to company. How personal interview happens, like they'll judge your skills, your communication skill. They'll judge you according to your personality. If you get selected, they'll call you for a trial shift. If that goes well, yeah, got your job.
And do references work here?
References to work. Let's assume I'm working in a restaurant and I want to refer my friend. Definitely my manager will trust on me that, yeah, he's a good employee. He will definitely recommend a good employee. So that works over here pretty well.
And how difficult it is to manage working along with your classes or studies?
At the end, I would say you'll have to manage that. If you don't want to do that, don't do it. If you are a rich brat or something, like you have to take out your rent and all, and it's definitely not cheap to live in Australia. And so you'll have to manage that in your available days in which you don't have your uni.
You would be having many friends. What job sectors are they working in?
Few of my friends are working in some restaurant. One of my friend is working in Optus, which is a very network giant over here, as a customer service, which is a very good job. I'm very jealous of her because it's a very clean job, I would say. And a few of my friends are still doing Uber Eats because they haven't got any job or they're not trying, I don't know. A few of my friends are working in aged care or disability jobs, which are very high paying jobs over here. Majorly, you don't have any choices.
So take what you get. And according to you, which are the high paying jobs?
Aged care sector or disability sector, that's a very high paying job. You can even earn around $2,000 a weekly.
Wow.
Which is around 1 lakh Indian rupees. Personally, I don't want to go in that sector because it's a bit of a hazy sector, I would say.
So, like you mentioned about aged care, is there any certification needed or any degree, diploma needed for aged care or any other job, for example, for security guard, construction?
Yeah, so you cannot just hop in the aged care company and just like say, give me job, I want to do job. So definitely you have to do certifications for that. But that's an initial investment, as you mentioned about security guards. For that, you also have to get a certification or a license, and then only you can pursue those jobs.
Like you mentioned, next year your degree would be done, right?
Yeah.
So what are your future plans after you've done with your course?
My degree is ending in next 2025 July. After that, I am planning to get in the IT sector. If not, because like there's a very limited number of seats over here for IT jobs, so I would go for some customer service jobs in like a bank or something like that, like a customer service. That's my plan for the initial phase, to just stabilize over here a bit.
So you're saying that after you've attained your degree, you would like to get a desk job?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
Also, I would like to ask a debatable question. Have you faced any racism here in Australia? Although I'll speak for myself that I haven't faced any.
In my opinion, racism is everywhere. But you face racism at least once in your lifetime. Personally, I haven't faced any racism at my workplace, but I have few friends of mine who have faced racism, and it has gone to a next level, which has been very bad, and they have reported their managers to the senior managers or something like that. And at last, I would say definitely these racist people, they cannot even lay a finger on you. Firstly, I would just like to clarify that, because like the Australian laws are pretty strict.
So now we are wrapping up with the final question. Any advice that you would like to give to the people who want to pursue studies here in Australia?
Firstly, I just want to clarify that this is my personal opinion. Coming to Australia is pretty difficult. If you've landed in Australia, you've taken the most difficult step and you've succeeded in that. After that, it's the struggle which is going to go on. You'll get some job in the near future. Sometimes you won't get your job for 6 months, but you don't have to get low on that phase. I would recommend, if you're not getting a job, start with this delivery service, DoorDash, Uber, Menulog. Just hire a car, because hiring over here is pretty cheap and pretty easily available. You can go on the Facebook marketplaces and hire a car or something, scooter, whatever you want to hire, and start earning something to just support yourself. With time, you'll get on track.
Okay then, thank you so much, Adi. It was very helpful and very informative. I'm sure it benefited all the people who are watching. Thank you so much for coming to Ausi.Darshan. Bye.
Thank you. See ya.